was there. He was there when the coroners arrived to Kim Porter's house.
He was there when the coroner showed up to Ken Watchman's home. I had the regulate again, where they sedate the poo out of you. And you return to zombie land perpetually. This is the manner in which a Hollywood coach was conversing with me to drive me to proceed to apologize. Right, yes, Corey CIA, as he didn't need to say it, I realize it have you at any point. Saw how like clockwork, or so Kanye West, appears to anticipate something before it raises a ruckus around town. Well, this time we're diving into Kanye's uncanny premonition in regards to Kris Jenner's sweetheart Corey Bett and his fascinating connections to Diddy well before the new charges against Diddy stood out as truly newsworthy. Kanye was at that point revealing insight into Corey's associations with him. What's more, their hypothesis that Corey may be one of those cryptic VIP controllers with connections to government offices, a hypothesis that could likewise make sense of his relationship with Diddy. Kanye wasn't timid about getting down on Diddy's shadowy associations sometime before they were generally seen, yet we should stop briefly in the midst of the disarray of allegations. And name-dropping Kanye takes a sharp hit at the individuals who attempt to put on a show of being intense yet are simply assuming a part directed by arrangements and commitments made to specialists. A get down on hits hard, uncovering a layer of intricacy on the outer layer of superstar culture. Corey's relationship with Diddy goes past simple acquaintanceship. He was allegedly quick to show up at the location of Diddy's ex, Kim Watchman's unexpected passing, alluding to a more profound contribution. Bits of gossip twirl that Diddy might have even used Corey as a course to arrive at Justin Bieber. Yet, in the midst of these murmurs, Kanye remains as a singular voice of caution for quite a long time. He's been dropping clues and communicating worries about Corey's personality, venturing to such an extreme as to restrict him from his kid's presence. A move that says a lot. So the thing precisely is Kanye attempting to convey about Corey, and how do Corey and Kris Jenner fit into Diddy's oddity shows? As we set out on this unwinding venture, be ready for turns and disclosures that might challenge your impression of distinction and its complexities. They have some control over Shaq. They have some control over Charles Barkley. They had some control over LeBron James. They have some control over Jay-Z and Beyonce yet. Not human, yet they have no control over me. Ain't no name I won't name. Kris Jenner's beau Corey Bett is by and by under the examination of the public eye. And this time, everything unquestionably revolves around his obvious associations with. In all honesty, Diddy, yet here's where things begin to get truly inquisitive. In spite of being in the public eye for what feels like an unfathomable length of time, as Jenner's heartfelt premium, Corey's previous remaining parts, covered in secret, before he ventured into the spotlight as Kris Eye Candy, what was he doing that? Is the million-dollar question. Adding to the interest, Corey appears to have a Rolodex that stretches across Hollywood's tip-top circles. He's much of the time seen hobnobbing with the creme de lame, from Diddy to Ellen DeGeneres, Jay-Z, and Beyonce. And yes, even Ruler Harry, recall that class from last year. Corey and Jay-Z evidently safeguard Beyonce from the paparazzi after a Prague Grammy slam scene straight out of a blockbuster thrill ride. And it doesn't end there. Corey's been spotted hitching rides on the Carter's personal luxury plane. So here's the million-dollar inquiry. What precisely does Corey Bett in all actuality do? Well, reports have been whirling that Corey may be assuming a part straight out of Hollywood's shadowy underside, that of an overseer. Yet clutch your caps, since here's where the situation starts to get interesting. How could Corey, apparently enjoying life to the fullest as Kris Jenner's soulmate fiddle with a stealthy universe of VIP, dealing with, after all, with Jenner as his pass to the elite way of life? He's basically got a moneymaker available to him. Bud murmurs in the gossip factory recommend that Corey's controller obligations could reach out past simple VIP fighting. There's discussion that these controllers might have furthermore secret associations actually connected to government organizations. Consider the instance of Kanye's previous fitness coach, Harley Pastak, who was as of late exposed for his connections to Canadian Insight prior to changing into a gig. Preparing VIPs a story obscures the lines between Hollywood glamour and government interest. Passing on us to ponder might Corey, at any point, play a comparable twofold game. And assuming this is the case, what's the significance here for his relationship with Jenner? And his position in the VIP bazaar? The situation starts to get interesting. And we're starting to expose what's underneath, as per different reports twirling around. Hollywood's inward circles, these supposed VIP controllers, aren't your regular individual colleagues bringing espresso or booking arrangements. No, they supposedly serve a substantially more multifaceted job, handpicked by the business influence players to guarantee that stars keep straight, keeping quiet, and complying with a cautiously arranged public picture. Yet their obligations don't stop there. They're likewise probably entrusted with unobtrusively pushing specific political plans to their huge fan bases. Enter Kanye West, who didn't avoid focusing on his previous fitness coach turned overseer Harley Pack. When Kanye thought for even a second to get down on Harley things, took an evil turn. Purportedly Harley took steps to have Kanye standardized a chilling presentation of the colossal influence employed by these overseers. All things considered, assuming Harley were only a simple wellness mentor, would he have the power or dauntlessness to convey such intimidations? The disclosure that Harley had connections to Canadian knowledge just added one more layer to the secret. All we should recite this Harley message without holding back when he was compromising me, constraining me to apologize. You are familiar the dissatisfaction. And nobody, at any point said Oak. This is the thing you're doing, even as a matter of fact. TMZ will say Kanye West right. And my name is legitimately Yahoo currently. It's in every case some type of lack of respect. Yet Kanye was in good company. In his doubts, he implied that Harley was only one of numerous overseers working in the background in Hollywood. A disclosure strips back the glitzy veneer of Hollywood, uncovering a trap of impact and control hiding underneath the surface. Has Kanye broadcasted his complaints about Harley and his kind? Obviously, these controllers aren't directing stars to actual wellness. They're directing him through the maze of distinction, influence, and mystery. Yet Kanye didn't stop there. He additionally voiced trepidation about controllers who may be circumnavigating around his own family. While he ceased from dropping any names at the time, fans couldn't resist the opportunity to conjecture on the off chance that Corey Bat was among those he was alluding to. All things considered, assuming Harley had connections to knowledge what kind of people may be sneaking around his children, why Corey, you could ponder. Well, it seems like Kanye has been not exactly excited about Corey's presence.